fire psychically. He nodded. You ever seen a real pyro? I saw films of Ophelia Ryan, I said. The old black and white ones? He asked. Yeah. She's dead now, you know. No, I didn't know. Burned to death in her bed, spontaneous combustion. A lot of the firebugs go up that way, as if when they're old they lose control of it. You ever see one of them in person? Nope. Where'd you see the films? 2 semesters of psychic studies. We had a lot of psychics come in and talk to us, demonstrate their abilities, but pyrokinetics is such a rare ability I don't think the prof could find one. He nodded and drained the rest of his tea in one long swallow. I met Ophelia Ryan once before she died. Nice lady. He started to turn the ice-filled glass round and round in his large hands. He stared at the glass and not at me while he talked. I met one other firebug. He was young, in his 20s. He'd started by setting empty houses on fire, like a lot of pyromaniacs. Then he did buildings with people in them, but everybody got out. Then he did a tenement, a real fire trap. He set every exit on fire. Killed over 60 people, mostly women and children. McKinnon stared up at me. The look in his eyes was haunted. It's still the largest body count I've ever seen at a fire. He did an office building the same way, but missed a couple of exits. 23 dead. How'd you catch him? He started writing to the papers and the television. He wanted credit for the deaths. He set fire to a couple of cops before we got him. We were wearing those big silver suits that they wear to oil rig fires. He couldn't get them to burn. We took him down to the police station, and that was the mistake. He set it on fire. Where else could you have taken him? I asked. He shrugged massive shoulders. I don't know, somewhere else. I was still in the suit, and I held on to him. Told him we'd burn up together if he didn't stop it. He laughed and set himself on fire. McKinnon sat his glass very carefully on the edge of the desk. The flames were this soft blue color, almost like a gas fire, but paler. Didn't burn him, but somehow it set my suit on fire. The damn thing is rated for something like 6,000 degrees, and it started to melt. Human skin burns at 120 degrees, but somehow I didn't melt into a puddle. Just the suit. I had to strip it off while he laughed. He walked out the door, and he didn't think anyone would be stupid enough to grab him. I didn't say the obvious. I let him talk. I tackled him in the hallway and slammed him into a wall a couple of times. Funny thing, where my skin touched him, it didn't burn. It was like the fire crawled over a space and started on my arms, so my hands are fine. I nodded. There's a theory that a pyro's aura keeps them from burning. When you touched his skin, you were too close to his own aura, his own protection, to burn. He stared at me. Maybe that is what happened, because I threw him hard up against the wall over and over. He was screaming, I'll burn you! I'll burn you alive! Then the fire changed color to yellow, normal, and he started to burn. I let him go and went for the fire extinguisher. We couldn't put the fire on his body out. The extinguishers worked on the walls, everything else, but it wouldn't work on him. It was as if the fire was crawling out of his body from deep inside. We dampened some of the flames, but there was just more of it until he was made of fire. McKinnon's eyes were distant and horror-filled, as if he was still seeing it. He didn't die, Miss Blake. Not like he should have. He screamed for so long, and we couldn't help him. Couldn't help him. His voice trailed off. He just sat there, staring at nothing. I waited and finally said gently, Why are you here, Captain? He blinked and sort of shook himself. I think we've got another firebug on our hands, Miss Blake. Dolph said that if anyone could help us cut the loss of life, it was you. Psychic ability isn't technically preternatural. It's just talent, like throwing a great curveball. He shook his head. What I saw die on the floor of the station that day wasn't human. It couldn't have been human. Dolph says you're the monster expert. Help me catch this monster before he kills. He or she hasn't killed yet? It's just property damage? I asked. He nodded. I could lose my job for coming to you. I should have bucked this up the line and gotten permission from the chain of command, but we've only lost a couple of buildings. I want to keep it that way. I took in a slow breath and let it out. I'll be happy to help, Captain, but I honestly don't know what I can do for you. He pulled out a thick file folder.